Hey there, Nation. Welcome to the show. We help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we are back this time with a brand new series that we're now dedicating, really putting up on our channel once a week. And this series is called Spoils of War. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because I get a lot of questions asking about, hey, Commander Cheapskate, if you don't spend your money on your miniatures and your hobby, what do you spend your money on? Since, you know, I save a lot of money in my hobby. And one of the things I do like spending my money on is on luxury items, specifically cigars, whiskeys, as well as beers. And I'm not going to lie, I enjoy my little vices every now and then. And so what I'm going to decide to do now is decide to dedicate a little series of videos about cigars, whiskeys, and beer reviews for my brother in arms who's across the seas right now in Iraq. Big Puka, this is for you, buddy. I'm dedicating it to him because Ray's he can't get his hands on these kind of things because he's deployed fighting for our country. So, buddy, Big Puka, this one's going to you, buddy. So as you can see here, what we have here is a little setup here for a cigar. What we'll be doing on this one is reviewing this cigar. It's by Gilberto Oliva. It's the name of the company that makes it. It's called a Reserva. This one is the Reserva Blanc, as you can see. It's a nice torpedo-shaped cigar, the Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. What we're going to do today is we're going to review this cigar and go and talk about that a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to smoke this bad boy, try out with the flavors and the smells, the scents we get from the first third, the second third, as well as the final third of the cigar, and we'll go ahead and review that as well. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go and talk a little bit more about the cigar and exactly where it comes from and who makes it. Alright, so right off the bat, let's go and talk about the cigar and its qualities real quick. As you can see, it's got this beautiful colored Ecuadorian shade wrapper. It's very nice, very smooth to touch. It's also got a pretty dense pack on it as well. I know this one was more of a budget cigar that was created by the Oliva company for Gilberto Oliva to make it more of like a daily smoke type of cigar. You can get boxes of this pretty good, boxes of these cigars pretty good for a pretty decent price up online, depending on where you kind of shop around, or you can get individual cigars at your different shops as well. This is a pyramid, so because that does have a very distinct tip at the top, we're going to have to cut that here in a second. We'll be cutting it with a lighter. I will be cutting it with just a cheap cigar cutter, as well as this nice little Turdy cigar lighter that was given to us by Shade01. So Shade01, if you're watching this, thank you very much. Now, this is a coffee cup that we have. This is another gift from the kiddo, which is another member of my friends and family that got me this as a gift. But inside's not coffee, it's just tap water. Well, you can't really tell because inside the coffee cup is black too, but it's just water. It's always a good idea whenever you decide to do a cigar review or cigar tasting for the very first time, just to try out the cigar just with tap water. So that way you get a clean palate, you can see exactly what it tastes like. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and take a smell of this. Alright, so right off the bat, it's got a really sweet kind of tobacco aroma. Just right off the bat, that's what it's kind of getting nice little notes of. Kind of a little bit of like a honey type of smell is what I'm getting off of it. Kind of a caramelly smell as well. You know, just really, just kind of a rich tobacco scent off of it. So right off the bat, feels good, smells good. Let's go and get this cut up and lit up. Alright, as you can see, we got the cigar all lit up now. We're actually just going through the first third of it, just letting it smoke up and let it get a little bit warmer. So that way you can taste the flavors inside. So with that being said, let's go and take some initial puffs here. Alright, so initial impressions, of course, got a lot of peppery, kind of spicy flavors coming through, which is typical because this cigar is what's Nicaraguan, is what it has, is Nicaraguan filler inside of it. So Nicaraguans, for me anyways, they tend to be a little bit more peppery, a little bit more spicy. Not overwhelming towards like you're tasting ash or anything like that, but, you know, it's pretty good. Nice little peppery flavor going on here. Let's go and try some more a little bit. At the same time, there's also kind of like this nice little creamy texture with the smoke as well. Smoke output for this is pretty good. It is a torpedo cigar, which means that the flavors get concentrated towards the back end here. It gets kind of focused because that smoke output usually is not as much on a cigar of this type as well as this size. But it's pretty decent good smoke output. It's got really kind of like a nice little hints of flavors in the background there, in the back of the palate. Once again, a lot of spice kind of going throughout. It's got a very aromatic flavor profile as well, especially since this is a budget cigar. It's actually got really a lot of good aromatic flavors. Once again, just that spicy, zesty Nicaraguan flavor that if you're a fan of Nicaraguan cigars, this one is actually very, very good. And it basically tastes like that as well. So that's the first third. So we're going to smoke this down to the second third, and we'll come back and tell you what we think of the flavors on that one. Alright, so we're back after the first third. This is about 10, maybe 13 minutes worth of bird time so far to get to the first third. As you can see, it's got a very nice, dense pack on the wrapping on the cigar. So because as you can see here, the ash is just kind of like just completely there at this point. For those of you guys who are kind of like cigar novices, the longer the ash remains on the cigar, the more well made it is, because it shows you that's how tight the rolling was when they created this cigar. Once again, just really excellent, sweet, flavorful tobacco flavors, lots of caramelly kind of notes, kind of like this spicy zest as well, kind of like a cinnamony kind of sweetness to it, kind of like cinnamon toast is what would be the best way to describe it. Very cinnamony, very sweet as well. The spiciness, the pepperiness that I tasted around the initial light has gone down a little bit. It's actually kind of mellowed out to the first third. So now we're into the second third of the cigar. So it's very mellow at this point. Got a nice little subtle hitness of spice in the back there. Once again, just a very mellow, very excellent cigar so far. So yeah, that's about 13 minutes into the burn time. As you can see, nice, tight, even burn throughout. Just a really good cigar so far. So we're going to go to the second third, and then we'll tell you how the flavors evolve from there. Alright, so we're about halfway through the second third. We're about the midway point for this cigar. About a 30-minute burn time total. Once again, that spicy zestiness that we flavored up the front, which is the that typical Nicaraguan kind of peppery flavor, has really subsided at this point. It's become more of a mellow kind of flavor. So this part is very, very enjoyable. Once again, you got that nice sweet tobacco flavor as well, kind of like a richness to the smoke. There is still a little bit of a cinnamon kind of zest to it, but it's very, very much in the very back end of it. It's just kind of really faded, kind of like really mellowed out at this point. So it's very, very enjoyable at this point. Just very relaxing. It's something you just relax to with a cup of coffee or with a spirit of your choice or whatever beverage you like. I'm doing this with water right now, so that way you guys can get the full review. So yeah, about 30 minutes in, about halfway through, we're gonna burn through the rest of the second third to the final third, and finally wrap up a review on this cigar. So far, very, very good. Okay, so we're back for the final third. We're smoking this down to the nub because it's really been an excellent cigar all the way throughout. As you can see, this morning sun is now fully come up over the horizon now, so it's getting kind of hot back here. So I'm just going to be calling this out here a little bit early and just going back inside and enjoying the rest of my day. As you can see, it's very, very good. The spicy notes have returned, but I think that's because the heat from the cigar has finally made its way back to the nub. So because of that, it's starting to get a little bit more of its smoky kind of peppery flavor as well. Overall, this is a very excellent cigar. I highly recommend it. It's a good beginning of the day cigar. It's very excellent for the price point that it has. And yeah, so that's going to do it for this one, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. This video. We'll be doing more Spoils of War throughout the entirety of my channel. We'll be reviewing whiskeys and beers and different kind of cigars. So as always, you guys, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is valuable as always. Also check us out on Instagram as well as Facebook, blogger.com, as well as Google Plus for all the latest greatest about what we're doing here at the channel. That's good for this one, you guys. You guys stay classy. Catch you guys in the next one.